besties, welcome back to the channel, or if you guys are new or seeing my face for the first time, hi bestie, my name is Maya. This is episode 6 of Booktober. I am so sorry guys. When I tell you I am filming multiple videos at once right now, we do not have my normal backdrop in the back. Normally that's because I'm doing reading vlogs, and while that is the case, I am also doing a last minute video at my dad's cabin. This is just a good opportunity for me to bring back tags and challenges and quizzes and all these other things that I used to see of the bookish community. Now, not so much anymore. I think that's just because my feed isn't recommending me them anymore, or maybe it truly has become an endangered content, and so we're gonna revitalize again. So there was a point in time where people were obsessed with BuzzFeed quizzes, and even like different actors and celebrities did these quizzes to kind of do promo for their movies and stuff. And so I wanted to bring that back, obviously make it bookish for the purposes of this channel, obviously. We are gonna do a quiz that has to do with BookTok. Now I know BookTok is a pretty big topic, right? The first time I heard about BookTok, I kid you not, was because I went to Barnes & Noble and there was a small little miniature table in the array of small miniature tables when you walk in, and the sign literally said hashtag BookTok. Now me, I thought it was just like a literal hashtag that people used, and I was like, wow, this tag got really, really trendy. Turns out it's just the bookish community on TikTok. So why it says a hashtag BookTok versus like just BookTok, I don't know. There are some books that I have read, but not because I knew BookTok existed. And I know this because on the BookTok tables were like 50% of the books that I have read. I mean, okay, that's being very generous. Like 5% of the books that I've read, and it was on a little mini table at the front of the store. But that being said, I recognized some of the books. I had read some of the books previously, but not because of BookTok. So I want to see how many hyped, popular BookTok books have I read without even knowing that I have read them. Because I gotta be honest, I don't look to BookTok for my bookish recommendations. One, because I feel like anytime a bookish video comes across my feed, it's never about a particular book. Like, it's more about different genres and things like that, the more popular stuff. But I still don't think TikTok knows my taste yet in reading, because one, I haven't told it yet. And so, yeah, I'm not into a lot. I'm not really overly vibey with some of the stuff that I got recommended, or on the other hand, like BookTok videos come through my feed, and it all has to be related to drama channels that I watch, because, you know, I watch tea drama channels here and there. There was one particular, I watched the Do We Know Them podcast, and there was one particular topic about BookTok, and I was literally just like, what? And I had to see if it was true. So I went down the rabbit hole myself because I like to do my own research on it. It got way more weird than they were saying. And then because I was already there, then BookTok started recommending me videos about like that whole almost like love triangle thing going on between like biker talk, and if you know, you know. Biker talk, mask talk, and book talk. And like the biker talk and mask talk boys like fighting over the BookTok girlies, and I'm just like, okay, we're doing that. All right. And I was just like, okay, this is weird. I need to get up, because like, don't get me wrong, I like a good biker boy look. Okay, I'm into like, you know, cosplayer type of guys with masks and stuff. I'm into it. When you see it in real life, man, it looks not how it is in books. There is a reason we like certain things in books that we would never want in real life. Just ask all of like the dark romance girlies, okay? If you know, you know. If you don't look into it. It's, you're not ready for it. Not yet. Or if you are, I don't know what to tell you. Bless your soul. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Alrighty. We're gonna share the screen because apparently my other screen recorder is being very, very picky. The title of the article states, now that BookTok is a thing, let's see how many of the most popular books you've read. Check each book you have read. Okay, so here are the books. We've got A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I have not read this book. A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara? I'm so sorry if I messed these names up. I have no idea what this is. Never seen it, never heard of it. A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. I feel like I've seen the cover, but also, does this cover not look like a bunch of other covers that you have seen? Just like in general, I feel like there is a wave, or was a wave. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there was a wave of these types of covers. It's got that Twisted Vine situation. All of the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. Okay, I have seen this book. I have seen it, but I have not heard stuff about it. Like, I've seen people haul it and put it on their radar or like have it in some type of video, but I never hear them talk about it. Readers out there, can you help me? Those of you who are more into the bookish community, have you like seen anyone actually review this book? Like, are you with me on this? Like, are we here together with this? Like, do we see this book around, but we just have not seen people talk about it? Or like, or is it a BookTok thing and not a Booktube thing? Because I've seen it on Booktube, but I've never heard people talk about it on Booktube, you know? I don't know. Okay, so All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. Never heard of it. I feel like this is a book, and I'm so sorry to whoever came up with the cover, but I feel like this is a cover that I've seen before as well. You know, I feel like maybe these were the books that launched other books to look like this, but I have seen so many books that look like this with that specific font as well. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alir Sayez. Really? Okay, I see you. Yeah, I've read it. I have read it. I just have like, it wasn't because of BookTok. Let's just put it that way. Not because of BookTok. Caravel by Stephanie Garber. Okay, that was definitely a BookTube book for me and where I get most of my reading recommendations in the past. So yes, I have read it. Well, no, actually, whoa, no, I haven't. I own it. I bought it because of Booktubers. And specifically, I think Hannah from A Clockwork Reader introduced me to it, ? Circe by Madeline Miller, one of my favorite books. I did a reread over the summer, and yeah, I have a lot to say about that book. That is a really good book. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. That is interesting. I have seen that around, yes, on BookTok, but I have not read it. Dance of Thieves. I've seen this before, I feel like, but not in BookTok, again with BookTube, but like an obscure video once in passing. Or maybe it's, again, I feel like there's a lot of covers that are just like all the same for certain genres. Oh, by the way, this is by Mary Pearson. Sorry, I'm trying to like shout out the book and the author. Yeah, no, haven't read it. Daughter of Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. I have read that, yes, but not because of BookTok. From Blood and Ash, Jennifer L. Armentrout. Have heard of this, not because of BookTok. I feel like I get all my information from BookTube, honestly. The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi. Heard of this? Again, not because of BookTok, because of BookTube. The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. Again, BookTube. I have not seen any of these on BookTok. Wow. The House of the Cerulean Sea. I have seen this every single time I go to Barnes & Noble. Oh, by TJ Klune. See this every time I go into Barnes & Noble. Want to buy it. I believe because I have seen Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin, or he might have actually changed his channel name now. Not because of BookTok, but because I go to Barnes & Noble. The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. That is on my October TBR or my fall TBR. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Again, I've seen this all over BookTube. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Heard of that. Also heard about the movie that came out because of it. And then I also heard that there was some drama around it. I didn't look into it because I felt like that was the type of drama that I'm trying to stay away from, but haven't read it. The Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. Never heard of it, but I'm really enjoying the cover. I definitely think it's unique, very interesting. The fact that a snake is coming out of a skull's eye socket is very intriguing for me. The Midnight Library. I have seen this book around, but I've also seen different cover. That's a really nice cover. By Matt Haig. Never read it. Seen it. But again, BookTube, not BookTok. The Night Circus. Hey, there we are. Hannah from A Clockwork Reader really likes that book. Normal People by Sally Rooney. Nope. One of Us Is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I have seen this in Barnes & Noble. Literally not even social media. I just have seen this always around at Barnes & Noble. I've wanted to pick it up. Problem is, I think it's a part of a series, which is why I never picked it up, because I'm like, I don't want to read it. I don't want to spend the money, read it, and then immediately want the next book and not have the money to buy it. So, Pride and Prejudice? That's a book that's going around. Normally, classics are not that big of a deal unless there's some sort of movie reboot like Little Women. So, I like seeing classics on here. Don't get me wrong. It's just quite surprising. Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen. No, have not read. The second I found out there was romance when I was young, I was just like, no. Pump 57 by Penelope Douglas. No idea what that is, so no. Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. So I've heard of this. I think a friend recommended me that series, and I just haven't gotten around to it. But I have heard of it. By word of mouth from a friend, not by any social medias whatsoever. Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Yes! Have read this book, reread this book over the summer, read it while I was in London, and watched the movie on the plane. I have thoughts, for sure. The Selection by Kiera Cass. Yes, but not because of any social media influence. I just saw it in Barnes & Noble, picked it up from the shelf, saw the cover, was like, I like the cover, turned the book around, read the summary, I like that, okay, put in cart. Yep. Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. Oh, that makes me happy. Yes, I have read that. I don't know if there was any social media influence on that one, but I have heard of that one, yeah. Not because of BookTok, though. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have seen this relentlessly. Oh my goodness. When it first came out, I'm pretty sure all of the Booktuber girlies and boys, everybody was reading that. That and Daisy Jones and the Six. Around the same time, it felt like. Oh my goodness. Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. No, but I want to. The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller. No. Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi. I have heard good things about that book and the following series. The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. Yes, actually, that was the last book that I had completed. Ooh, thoughts. So many thoughts. Ooh. Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I have read that one. Awesome. Gave it 5 stars. Love that book. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Yes, abso-freaking-lutely yes. And what I love about her books, let me just go on a little tangent here, not that you guys can stop me, but Song of Achilles and Circe are two different variations for me of reading that I thoroughly enjoy. And the fact that this author could pull off both in the way that she did makes me so happy, because she is so diverse. Because with the Song of Achilles, not gonna lie, it is very fanfiction-y. It does kind of give Patroclus more of a submissive type of personality. But to that I say, because of the way it was written, it had all of the fantastic elements of a fanfiction Wattpad read, okay? And it was good. Like, there is a reason Wattpad exists. There is a reason fanfiction.net exists. There is a reason Archive of Our Own exists, right? Because we love that stuff. We eat it up. It's so easy to read, so easy to consume. We love that stuff. And it's about our favorite characters and stuff. So I'm not mad about it. Circe, though, oh my goodness, it had a higher caliber of just reading and writing and technicalities in general, but both works can stand together and equally be 5 stars for unequal reasons because of the diversity that this writer has. And it's just so amazing. So I'm glad that these books are like in the queue of BookToker recommendations. I definitely enjoy that. Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. No idea what that's about. Honestly, the cover looks like something I would just bypass right away. Don't know why. These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. Okay, again, this looks like a very familiar type of pattern for certain books of like if I'm seeing this right, sorry, my computer's like right down here. Yeah, like the dagger and some sort of flower. Like, I feel like I see that a lot, so not something that would immediately pop out as like eye-catching. They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I have read that book, but because of BookTube, not because of BookTok, but I am glad that it is in there. This Is Where It Ends by Marieke Nishkamp. I've heard of it. I believe I heard it from Books and Lala. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Nope. Never read any of her books, honestly. They are huge. They kind of intimidate me a little bit. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I have heard of this. I have. I feel like that was all over BookTube at one point. Much like The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I feel like I've seen that cover amongst BookTube videos. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I did see this all over BookTube, and I did read it, and it was because of BookTubers. Interesting read. I don't know if it was like the best book I've ever read, but honestly it did the job for like the vibes that it gives. And I think a lot of people recommend it for like summer reads and stuff. I will say, I think that's accurate. Wilder Girls by Rory Power. Now, I have seen this over the BookTube space. I believe I saw Books and Lala read it, and I don't know if she recommended it or not. I don't remember. I remember her sharing her thoughts, but I don't remember what those thoughts were. But I have heard of it, and I believe I was this close to buying the book simply because I wanted it because Books and Lala mentioned it. That was very interesting. I am surprised by the high percentage of books that I read. To have 11 out of 45, that's pretty dang good. Proud of myself, low-key. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch, and thank you for being the best bookish bestie that ever was, is, or ever will be. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!